and then Miss Chrissy O'Donnell, so she sold $6,000 some odd dollars, right? Lots of stuff for. And she has been doing Facebook parties. She has been doing them very, very, very successfully. And here's my thing: if you're going to do something, you should do it successfully, right? She's been having $800 to $1,000 parties consistently, and I think that's kind of a big deal. So if you're going to do them, let's do them well, or why bother? Because otherwise, it's 5 days of your life you can't get back, and you got nothing out of it, right? So if you're going to do a 5-day Facebook party or 3-day or 4-day, whatever, let's do it right. So I asked her some questions. We found out that she's doing some fun things, maybe doing some things better than others, or maybe more consistently or clearer. And so I asked her to come kind of share that with you, because I think it would be good information for you guys. All right. Okay. So last 4 numbers are 420 5. Yay! Yay. And yes, we are. Okay, come on up, Chrissy. Give her a big hand. I'm going to get some water while she does this. She's going to talk to you guys. After all the questions, make your eyes open. Okay.
All right. So I do Facebook parties exclusively because it works well for my schedule. Definitely follow the advice of Kristen and do home parties because people love them. But if you do Facebook parties, I have some notes here so I don't forget what I'm going to say.
And this is the one that's recording, so make sure
Okay.
I can see it here. So.
Basically, one thing to remember is that a Facebook party isn't a home party. So an important thing to do is to make sure that you're showing your customers the products. So I do use Janelle's template. It's amazing. And so if you haven't seen it and are not doing your Facebook parties with the template, definitely look for the files. They're in the Rock On team page. You can find them there in the Google Docs. Use those files. But what I do differently in my parties is that I show more product videos. There's in her template, there's another set of posts in the evening that are more informational posts. And instead of posting those, I post another series of product videos. So there's 2 products featured each day. And I do more of an informational post mid-morning. So you're getting 2 products a day and less information to read in that product post because people don't like to read. And usually if they see a lot to read, they're going to scroll right past. So give them something to watch that isn't too long to watch. Make sure your videos aren't longer than 3 to 5 minutes. The Tupperware videos actually that are on YouTube aren't usually very long. So those are good ones to use. And if you don't have videos to use from the Tupperware site, either make your own, find one that we've made on our team. Try not to use somebody else's because they usually are advertising for themselves. So you don't really want to point out somebody else's advertising. So make your own, it's easy to do, but make sure it's short, or use one of ours, and definitely use Tupperware's because they do a really good job. The other thing that I do is make sure to follow up with your customers because it's not a one-on-one, talking to the customer. You want to make sure that you're not just posting in the Facebook party, but you want to message them because they're not always going to get those notifications. You're going to have to actually put something in their notification message box because it's easy to ignore a Facebook notification from an event. They get a lot of notifications on Facebook, so it's easy for them to just scroll on by in their newsfeed. But it's not always so easy to see that little, ignore that little message notification. So when they get a personal message from you, they'll see it. And if they're not seeing it, then you can use your hostess, who is friends with them, to talk to them. So
I've actually sent them a message request.
Yeah. And
then it was like, oh, hey.
Yeah. So if they're not seeing the messages from you, tell your hostess to say, hey, I can't get a hold of your customer or your friends. Can you please talk to them and let them know that I'm trying to get a hold of them? Or
can you talk louder? You're having a hard time.
Sorry. Can you just need to use your hostess to actually get a hold of their friends so that they are able to communicate with you as well. So what I do is when I set the party up, on the day before the party starts, I make sure that the hostess messages all the people that have not responded to the invitation. I have the hostess message them personally to remind them of the party. And that actually brings more people into the party because they're getting a personal invitation. And then when the party is going on, anytime that there's not a lot of activity, I make sure to tag people in the games to remind them that they could be earning discounts or prizes. And that usually brings more activity into the party. And then as the party goes on, when it's starting to wrap up, like 2 or 3 days before the party ends, I message everybody who has RSVP'd or maybe to remind them that the party will be ending soon, and to remind them that they can message me to order, and to let me know basically if they've got any questions about ordering, if they want to see the sales specials, or if they haven't seen the catalog or anything like that. And so that gives me an opportunity to book parties if they tell me no, they're not going to order. And then it also gives me a clue as to who isn't seeing my messages, because in Facebook you can tell who's reading your messages and who isn't. So if it shows up as they're not reading your messages, then you have a list of people that you can talk to your hostess about and say, hey, these people aren't seeing my messages. Can you talk to them and remind them about your party ending and see if they need help ordering, and remind them that they can message me their orders. And that gets people ordering and helps the party move along. And based on the last day of the party, I message everybody else that still hasn't ordered and follow up with the hostess to make sure that she's heard back from anybody that I sent her requests about, and just make sure that I'm getting feedback on any of those people, and remind everybody that party's ending, and gives me one more chance to book parties with anybody that's not ordering again. And then remind them all about the purchase offers that we can add to orders. And it's a lot of follow-up. Basically, you have to talk to them instead of just letting the event run the whole show, because you're not in their face and showing them, and you're not showing them everything in person. So you have to just reach out and be forceful with it, I guess, on Facebook.
Yeah.
Quick question. So if you're having them more watch the video, what do you put as your your blurb?
So the question is, if you're having them watch the video, but more video and less text, what do you put as your blurb?
So in the post, I do write a little bit about the products that the video is featuring, but it's a quick summary. And then I tell them basically everything in the party, you get points for watching the video and commenting about it. So I usually post a little bit about the product, but tell them to watch the video and tell me something like, what would you make with the stock cooker? Or tell me something.
That's a good idea, because she's asking a specific question.
So that I know that they're watching the product video and they're telling me something more than I just watched it. I want them to give me some feedback about it.
That's a good piece of information, I think.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions? I think what I hear when I'm listening to this is that she does a lot of follow-up and personal interaction, and is asking for a little more detail than maybe we've been asking for in the past. Like with questions like that, asking, because I learned this in networking several years ago, is if we go around a networking table and everybody has 60 seconds and you say, what's your blurb on Tupperware? If I just say, I have, Tupperware and it's and I just say something generic, everybody goes okay and goes on. If I say, here's my name is Kirsten, I do Tupperware. A good referral for me is somebody that's looking to lose weight or eat healthy or whatever. We got this great product called Fridge Smart that people are allowed to double and triple the life of their produce with this. What it does in their mind is it changes the whole thought process in the person's mind. Because they immediately think of, oh, well, my friend Christy told me that, she just had a baby and she wants to lose some weight. And my friend Stephanie just told me that she started running and she wants to, and she's drinking these shakes and she wants to eat healthier and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But your brain goes to specific people versus just, everybody's my customer because everybody eats. Well, that doesn't make me think of anybody. So what she's doing by asking that question is, I think, kind of similar. She's saying, what would you do with that food in that microwave? Or what would you make? Or what would you ask more specific? I think that's a really good piece of information I think you guys could all take if you do Facebook parties. I think you could do that at home parties too. If you're going to ask questions, use that same logic. Ask a specific question that requires a thought process. It allows you to get to know them and it allows you to interact a little bit. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. You'd make grilled cheese. I've never tried that. Then you can banter a little bit. Yes.
I was just gonna say, don't ask what would you cook in this in every single one. You can make them really fun ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
different questions, but something interactive that allows you to banter. Because what I do at a party that I'm good at is I banter with people. Oh my gosh, that's a great question. That's the same question I asked. You should be on my team. And I keep talking, right? I'm bantering with people and I'm having fun. She's bantering you can banter with people by asking them specific questions and be like, oh my gosh, that'd be a great idea. I haven't thought of that. Now I got to try it. Maybe I'll try it tonight and take a picture and post it on this party. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have fun with people, play a little bit, live your life with them a little bit. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. And sometimes I just ask, what did you learn about this video, from this video? Or how could you use this product? Or, definitely different kinds of questions.
Well, I do that with you guys when I post a training video and I say, tell me the 3 things you learned from this.
Yeah.
I don't say, tell me you watched this.
Right. I hate it when I just read, I watched it or I read this, and it's just like,
Well,
what do you think?
anybody can say I watched it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's easy to say,
I'm
but I'm going to sound
like
like an idiot if I post something that has nothing to do with the video. And because I didn't watch it, right? So I'm going to avoid the idiot thing or the idiot thing and actually watch it because I want the points or whatever. But you're forcing people to do what you actually want. Does anybody else have any questions for Christy? No? Okay, thank you. Okay, I think the fortune in this business in general is in the follow-up. Right? Fortune's always in the follow-up. She's doing a better job of it with Facebook parties than some maybe, and I think that might be where she's, keeping the parties at a higher level. Okay,